Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Daybreak on Trust Television, and of course, this is the newspaper segment of the program. As is customary, I have a copy of the Daily Trust with me. So, front page, lead story of the Daily Trust. Federal government targets more revenue from taxes as Tinubu sends 4 bills to the National Assembly to rename FIRS, harmonize states, local government levies, capture cryptocurrency. Interesting. And also, government looking for more money, according to economists. Court stops VIO from stopping impounding vehicles, fining motorists. I know this headline here is going to make a lot of residents, especially in Abuja, very excited. Senate to amend Northwest Southeast Development Commissions Act. And also, FCT police arrest 4 kidnappers, recover arms. And to other stories, atop the page says Niger boat mishap. Death toll hits 36 as 20 more bodies recovered. And Middle East tension pushes global oil prices up. And also insecurity threatening Northerners' existence. This is according to the Ariwa Consultative Forum. On the belt, we say Tinubu urges terrorists to surrender. Abdul Salami blames weak governance. These are some of the stories on the front page of the Daily Trust. And now we go to the Nigerian Tribune. Top of the page says senators back bill for South Development Commission. Says it's different from NDDC to undergo name change. Also, protest in Rivers over local government elections. And as replicated on the Daily Trust, court bars VIO from confiscating vehicles, imposing fines. Lead story there says Tinubu to terrorist bandits surrender or face renewed military onslaught. Poverty, unemployment contributory causes of insecurity in the Sahel. Abdul Salami Abubakar says multi-dimensional approach needed to address insecurity. This is according to the Chief of Defense Staff. And also, Lagos federal government sign MOU to upgrade Ekpe General Hospital to Federal Medical Center. Nigeria plunged to hopeless state. This is according to ASU. And to other developments, tax reforms. Tinubu asks NAS to repeal FIRS, establish Nigeria Revenue Service, initiates 4 tax bills, wants establishment of tax appeal tribunal, tax ombudsman. Enugu is back to life under Mba, according to Shatima, as he commissions Enugu Garment and Fashion Hub. And now to the Guardian newspaper. Lead story there says Nigerian teachers lured by passion, imperiled by political class, broken system. Other stories. Bereau knocks Lagos state government officials for failure to submit assets forms. Also, court grants Taraba ex-governor Ishaku 150 million naira bail in alleged 27 billion naira fraud suit. Tensions as pro-Wike Fubara camps head for climax in Rivers Council polls. Companies battled inflation, FX issues, loses 30% of share value in 9 months. And also, your days are numbered, says federal government as bandits dare Tinubu, ECOWAS 5,000-man force. Tinubu submits tax reform bills to National Assembly, may rename FIRS. And finally, amid food inflation concerns, NBS claims average healthy diet now 1,255 naira. That's the claim. And now joining us in the studio to provide perspectives and analysis on some of the lead stories here on the front pages of national dailies, I have in the studio the editor of 21st Century Chronicle, talking about Nuruddin Abdullah. Good morning, editor. Welcome to the studio.
Good morning, Mr. Tiger.
Interestingly, we are donning whites together in the studio again today.
Well, they are more like the North Central governor, right?
A particular North Central governor that you also look like. But let's leave the North Central governor. So, the federal government is targeting more revenue from taxes. The president wrote to the National Assembly, and the Senate president had read out, 4 critical bills, one of which is plans to rename the Federal Inland Revenue Service. What do you make of this development?
I think I read the stories what some of the experts are saying. You know, there are 4 bills extended to the Parliament yesterday were the byproduct of the Presidential Committee on Tax Reform, headed by Mr. Tayo. And, you know, if you have been reading him, he has been on the news for quite some time. And some of the issues he's raising actually make sense, particularly where we are. Apart from renaming, yes, it should be renamed to capture the essence of what we are doing. One of the things he mentioned, I don't know whether it's included in the bill, I haven't read the bill, was the harmonization. We have about 63 federal agencies collecting tax. Some agencies have no business with it. They have abandoned their primary statutory responsibility. Now they are just going after the money. I don't know whether it is captured in the bill sent to the Parliament yesterday, but one of those things he said, particularly in the past, was the Federal Inland Revenue, which is now the National Nigerian Revenue Service,
once amended,
will be the only revenue collecting agency.
Period.
Simple. Customs, MPA, whatever. They'll just be central pool. Maybe some of the agencies may not like it. Take customs, for instance. Is it 6% or 4%?
Of excise.
Collection, what they call custom collection. If, let's say, what is the 6%, let's say, of 2 trillion? When this law was made, I think, you know, we are not collecting that much. And that money is left at the discretion of the management of the customs. Same thing in FRS. They have certain percentage. So, you know, the harmonization is key. And particularly the other bill, joint tax. If you are driving, let's say, from the central area down to Buhari, do you know how many people? Agberos are tax collectors in the federal capital.
Taxing drivers on a daily basis.
That is, they hold one big stick
junction to junction.
Throw one very terrible on the road. You will even think they are bandits. And you know, there is this harmonization, but maybe the president wants to use this opportunity to solve this problem once and for all. You understand? So it's a good development, particularly on that. But there is this fear that, okay, he wants to get, those who should pay more tax should pay more tax. The tax that should be expanded. Big people like you are not paying enough. Maybe you can see now with the high...
Editor, people like who? Editor, you want to drag me to this. But editor, you know, still on the National Assembly, still at the plenary on Thursday, the Senate amended, or is moving to amend the Northwest and Southeast Development Commissions Act. Now, this is aside, of course, the introduction of another bill to establish the South-South Development Commission. You know, in addition to the Northeast Development Commission that has already been established, the Northwest Development Commission that has already been assented to by the President, the Southwest Development Commission that has been assented to by the President, and the Niger Delta Development Commission. So it's looking like a development commission era in Nigeria.
I don't know, you know, politicians, just like Jerome Buhari, that almost every senatorial district, we have 109, right? Add a new university.
Indeed.
You remember that?
Now they say
even though ASU has been on strike for almost 1 year. But the lawmakers and the president were busy creating new universities. You understand? So there's something with this. And I don't know why particularly the last National Assembly and the current Assembly believe that Development Commission, a regional Development Commission is key to development. Let's take NNDC, which was on PADEC before, the IBB. Is it a good example of development? I don't want to go into detail of what happened. You can see that some of the development commissions are the most corrupt, what we see publicly. Corrupt. You remember that off the mic, he was asked how they spent billions during COVID when the entire country was on lockdown, the entire world, they went on training. When the entire world was on lockdown, and he was asked, you know, the man just fainted. You remember those things?
I remember.
Is it the thing that you want to do for North Central? northwest, northeast, and what have you. And okay, now south. I hope they are repealing the Niger Delta Development Commission.
Okay, so I think I should bring the gist, because I was at plenary yesterday, and Senator Dixon had explained that the South-South Development Commission is sort of different from the Niger Delta Development Commission's reasons being that the Niger Delta Development Commission focuses on only oil-producing areas, capturing states like even Ondo State. You know, that's not exactly. That's not necessarily in the South-South region. And now these states now have, example, the Southwest Development Commission, that captures some of these states, and now the Southeast Development Commission. So why not the South-South Development Commission?
So within that region, within South-South and Southeast now, we'll have Southeast Development Commission, and South-South Development Commission, Niger Delta Development Commission. But I hope they
Southwest
have Development Commission. So I hope they have abrogated the Niger Delta Ministry. Or it's still there?
Well, the Deputy Senate President had actually mentioned that probably it would be time for a name change that would capture maybe Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, that would capture all the oil producing areas in the country.
That is the problem with our politicians. And unfortunately, the crop of leaders we have now believe that creating jobs not through economic activity, but rather by creating commissions that are treasury funded is the best way to go. That is it. You believe that, I want Northwest Development Commission, simply because, I will get my friends as board members, commissioners, and my people will get jobs. But don't forget, they are not creating anything. Rather, they are treasury funded. They are making the red tape longer. Already look at our recurrent expenditure. Out of the 29, it's almost 36 now, 34 now.
34, thereabouts.
How much is for real capital projects? Forget about the debt payment and what have you. So now you are creating all this, so that you go to these agencies, go to the Federal Secretariat. I almost want to share this story. There was some years back, I went to one commission. They have a PR unit. The head of the PR unit was up and doing whatever. We had an interview with their boss, I remember. When we came back to the office, there are some publications they did. I saw about 6 ladies without even place to sit. I asked, at the agency, they are all, welcome to the federal government. They are all working in this office. And none of them can even pen a press release. They are even non-journalists. They are just there, doing nothing. No schedule, no whatever.
You remind me of some of what we see in some of these government agencies, where we see a press unit and a public affairs unit.
Jobs for the boys. We are not, instead of the politicians to create an enabling environment. Like one of the analysts said in this story, he said that you are now trying to expand personal income, whereas industries are closing down. Go to Kaduna, go to Kano. Maybe the only one that is active is that of Lagos, Ogun axis. Go to Kano, go to Kaduna, go to Plateau State. Nothing is going. The place is a ruins, it's a museum. Go to that television garage, textile complex. Ruins. I was passing, was it not long ago? I saw some of the places have been even converted to Bet Niger stuff.
Betting shops.
Exactly. You understand? So that's what we should hammer on, but not creating ministries. Presently, there are about 720-something federal agencies that are treasury funded.
Editor, perhaps we should make a bit of digression. I really want your submission, especially on this story of the boat mishap, the unfortunate boat mishap in Niger State, and how terrible the situation is, especially in the water transportation industry in Nigeria.
It's really sad. It has become a recurring decimal. Just like people must die when rainy season comes in. We recorded the same thing last year in Niger. Not one, not twice, not thrice. Sokoto, Kebbi, Kano, Kogi, Benue. And it seems that we are just folding our arms. Yeah, we will lament. NEMA will do the rescue, give palliatives, and they will go back till next year or till the next episode of the tragedy. In Kano, for instance, we haven't recorded anything, thankfully, in Kano. I don't want to mention the politician. Last year, when those things happened, a particular senator from that area, that Bagway exists, you understand, he bought some decent vessels. That is what this riverine state should do. They are padding canoe in a flooded river, a tributary of the river Niger or river Benue. I saw that. I don't think it is that expensive. The state government can afford it.
So why not develop the water transportation?
Exactly. You can get money from it. Lagos is doing it.
All right. Indeed.
They can get money. It's not free. These people are losing their lives on daily basis. It's not a free ride.
Indeed.
They paid for it. They paid for their debt. Why can't the state government come in? Bring for in private sector involvement.
All right.
You can save lives, but get money. It's really sad, but now we're just holding on till the next tragedy struck.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to expand this conversation and have, a proper discussion about the need to develop the water transportation industry in Nigeria. Editor, thank you so much for being a part of the program. Nuruddin Abdullah is the editor at the 21st Century Chronicle, and he has been with us to provide analysis and perspectives on the newspapers this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And with that, we wrap up the program this morning. Thank you so much for being a part of the program from the beginning up until this point. If you've missed any part of the program, just do well to follow us across all of our social platforms and catch our live stream on YouTube for more news programs and also documentaries. My name is Sagir Ibrahim, and up next, it's 360 Sports.